Okay, wonderful. We're going to be making my version of tandoori chicken. So, of course, in an Indian restaurant, this is going to be more authentic. Um, it might be too spicy for people, but what's really great about this is the combination. And we are using a coconut-based yogurt. So there is no dairy, but it's going to be a creamy mixture on top of delicious. And these restaurants are not going to be using organic chicken. So we're going to be combining organic chicken thighs and chicken legs. So we've got this really nice uh, moist meat, but it's going to marinate. I'm going to be doing two videos for this because first we're going to make the marinade, put the chicken in it. Now you could do this in the morning and then cook it at night. That's clever. You're up nice and early, so you can just do it, put it. I'm doing it tonight, let it sit overnight, and then I'm going to actually make it in the morning for my time period. So you can gauge that any way you want it. So besides the spices, and I'm going to show you how to make up what the Indian spice garam masala. All right, we don't have that, and I don't know whether there's Indian type of sourcing. I prefer to make my own with organic spices. So I'm going to show you how, and all I did was put it in a jar. It's easy spices that we all have, and you just put them together. But the yummy part of it is that we've got some cinnamon and nutmeg and cardamom. So it's like these warming spices, a little bit of heat, warming. It's so delicious, it really is. And we're gonna have fresh grated ginger root, fresh chopped up garlic, and some cayenne, obviously some sea salt and cracked black pepper, paprika. So there's another spice in traditional tandoori. It is a chili. What's the name of it here? It is a Kashmiri. So they say the closest to that is a paprika mixed with some cayenne. Perfect. Paprika is delicious with these. And I use paprika quite a bit in seasoning meats. So the garlic, we just want that minced up. So minced as small as possible, only because you want to distribute the flavor here. I'll tend to rough chop a little bit more if I'm doing different type of recipes. So we just want to get this as small as possible just to distribute the beautiful smell of the garlic, which is already really strong right now. And then I use the microplane blade to do the ginger, and I just made a sesame ginger dressing with sriracha to go over Brussels sprouts the other day for the family that I cook for. Oh my God, it's great. And I just used the same sauce to put on shrimp skewers. It was really amazing, super fresh. So these sauces, so good when we can make them ourselves, because then we can gauge the ingredients in there and not over sugar things. You use some raw honey in it, but you get to do it yourself. So this is nice and small. I usually do a little bit more garlic than most recipes call for. So we want 5 to 6 cloves. So the blade here, if I have my little prep bowl, I'll just put it underneath it, or you can use a little bit of wax paper. I don't peel the ginger root before. Too much work. Just get a nice one, and then just grate it. These blades are really sharp, so be careful of that. Oh my gosh, I just love the smell of this. Adding ginger to your dressings with garlic and olive oil, fresh lemon, and blend that up in a little blender for a dressing. That's just so good. The liver loves ginger root, by the way. So great way to unclog the liver. I make ginger root tea, especially at this time of the year. It's fantastic, or any time that it's a little bit humid out. Helps to heat up the internal body, kind of burn off some of the extra fluid from the humidity, which is great. So for this, we need a couple teaspoons. So it looks like we're good. It's all going to collect in the back. So I'm just going to use the back of my my measuring spoon here to kind of clean out the blade, get in the corners, put it all into the prep bowl. And then I clean my microblade right away so the stuff doesn't dry on it. So we'll just get all this off. Nice and easy. Let me just give this a nice rinse. Woo. Okay, beautiful. So we have the ginger root. Now, that's the only things that we had to prep. The other things are just going to be spices. We've got the cocoa tune, which is still my favorite. And they really only came out with this a short while ago, but I really love the attention to quality on this. Their promise of quality, their packaging, everything is fantastic. So this is 2 cups. You could use the entire thing. I'm going to say about a half a cup. And the recipe that I've written up with the spice combination is maybe depending on how much chicken. So you can make a little bit more, then use a little bit more sauce. But I'm going to say about a half a cup because I'm going to make something else with it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to mix everything in here, and then we're going to add the chicken to it, toss it around, cover this, and let it sit overnight. So this recipe is actually super easy because then you're just going to cook the chicken, and we cook it on a metal, like on a metal rack, and with parchment paper underneath, and that way we're collecting some of the yummy juices. So let's just save some of this on the top, and I'm just going to gauge this, get out 3/4, save a little bit in the bottom for me later. Okay. All right, so first up, let's go into the combination of this spice. So it's good just to put it in a little jar, then you have it, mix it up. I do the same thing with the chai when I make my own chai tea and chai stuff at home, because anytime you get a chai drink out, we're not sure the milk that they're putting in there, the quality of the almond milk or alternative milk, how much sugar is going in, et cetera, et cetera. And it's nice. It's a warming spice. Delicious to have at home. So you know that chai is like a black tea mixed with these spices. It's delicious. So we want what goes in here. So there's 2 teaspoons of cumin. So you can say 2 parts because you can do more. So you can double whatever. 1.5 teaspoons of coriander, 1.5 teaspoons of cardamom, and 1.5 teaspoons of ground pepper, 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. I like the Ceylon cinnamon, of course. 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves and 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. Put it all in here, shake it up. And what we need for this, we also need some olive oil, is we need, I think we need 3 teaspoons. So let's get this in here first. My teaspoon. 1, 2, 3. So we just set this to the side. Let me go grab the olive oil. So I showed you. So this is one I put in a video, but I keep different tasting olive oils that I would put over my avocado when I mix it up with salmon. This is a higher quality extra virgin olive oil, perfect for that situation. This one's great for cooking, also very high quality. So either for sauteing or for cooking. I'm going to mix it up with this because it's making a marinade. Otherwise, You know, if I'm using a lot of high heat, like roasting veggies, I'm going to use an avocado oil. So with this, we need at least, I think, 2 tablespoons. So let me just get out. I love the Williams Sonoma spoons. They have a bigger one. We have 2 tablespoons here. So put the olive oil in. Very nice. Use the extra on your nails. And keep my nails really short since I'm cooking all the time. Okay, so we got that. And now we need some ginger. So we just did that. So it's about 2 teaspoons. Fresh ginger grated up. Just use the little spatula, get all this out. And then we've got our garlic. So you can see this is really nice and pungent. Excellent, excellent. Paprika, so it's going to be 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. Now, if a person likes it a little bit hotter, they can go more. I like to start low and figure it out as we go. Sometimes I do put a little bit of cayenne in my warm lemon water in the morning. Gives you a little bit of a bite. And again, when it's hot outside, it's good to add that extra heat to the body. Helps warm it up, get it moving. So get a nice, whoa, I can smell that in my throat. Nice and strong. This is a brand new one. Okay, and then paprika, 1 teaspoon. Teaspoon. All right, so this was the substitute for whatever they use, the Kashmiri chili powder. Trust me, it's going to taste amazing. Now, a teaspoon of turmeric. So the ground turmeric is fine. This is from the ginger guy at our farmer's market. So really kind of yummy. So of course, this seasoning sauce is going to be a nice bright color with all of these beautiful dark herbs. And we need a full teaspoon of Himalayan sea salt. Let me just put this into my hand. Okay. And black pepper wasn't on there. So let me put in at least a 1/2 teaspoon here. Where'd it go? Okay, fantastic. Now look at this. Amazing. This is going to turn into beautiful. You smell the flavors. Like when you're mixing all of these, the heat with the cinnamon and the nutmeg, it's kind of confusing because it smells sweet, but it also smells hot. So hot and sweet are a perfect combination. Okay, beautiful. Get a few things out of the way. All right, so the organic chicken thighs and chicken legs, let me just get that open. I'm gonna give them a rinse, pat them off with a paper towel, and then we'll dunk them in. So I'll be right back. Okie dokie. So here's our 2. These are bone-in full chicken legs and thighs. I'm just doing 2. And so it's just a package of each. And then the bone-in thighs. So these are rinsed and patted off. All right, so now we're just going to coat you want to add in a little extra sea salt, you can do that now. That's why I have these nice big prep bowls. These are the Winco styles. I talk about them in my cookbook. That's what the little ones are too. I go to a restaurant place, but you can, and I've gotten several things on Amazon. So it's really easy to get these prep bowls and they're perfect, especially if you're going to do a few extra for a little bit of meals for the week or other options. Oh yeah, that's yummy. So, of course, after you make it once, you can determine if there are certain spices you want to add a little bit more of. I'm going to get some more cracked pepper in here. And now we are going to cover this and put it in the refrigerator. I'm going to do it overnight. Like I said, you can do it in the morning, and then you've got at least, 6 to 8 hours of it marinating either way. So this is delicious, amazing. And of course, serving it over the, I'll show tomorrow the linguini again, the hearts of palm linguini. I did it on Friday for clients with scallops. That is really amazing. You get that feel of linguine without all of the added carbohydrates. And that's, of course, exactly what we want to avoid when we are eating more in the ketogenic style, keeping the carbs down. And that way we're not elevating glucose and insulin. Again, we're keeping that really low. Okay, so I hope that was exciting. And tomorrow we will do video number 2.